Hello everyone, welcome to my channel LearnIT. Today I will be talking about Integration Hub Import. Let's find out what is Integration Hub Import. Automate data import task from new design environment that consolidates several legacy forms into a single modern interface. Define external data sources, specify target tables, map how source data becomes target data, and schedule regular imports. Managing imports through Integration Hub simplifies the process of importing data from external sources and transforming it to ServiceNow tables. You can configure, run, and schedule your data imports through all a single interface. What are the plugins and how this can be activated in ServiceNow? Imports and Integration Hub require the ServiceNow Integration Hub Action Template Data Stream plugin. You can access Integration Hub import directly through App Engine Studio to build data integrations for your custom applications. Okay, so what are the benefits of Integration Hub import? Consolidates multiple data integration capabilities into a single environment, eliminating the need to create and manage several forms throughout the platform. Enables you to manage multiple integrations through a single interface. Guides you through the configuration of data source and the target tables, enables you to map and transform the data from a single simplified interface, enables you to schedule data imports or manually import data on demand, provide usage information about data imports run and details about imported rows, updates and errors. Okay, so let's move further and see how we can do the import process in ServiceNow. So configure a data source, map the data to a target table, run or schedule the import. So configure a data source. The data source specifies how and where to get the data to import. In Integration Hub, the data source uses an Excel file or a data stream action to get data from an external source. A data stream sends action, a REST, SOAP or JDBC request to an API and returns a stream of data. Map the target to a target table. Map the data to a target table. The target table is the table you want to transform the data to. Once you have selected a target table, you can specify the source data should be transformed to it. Creating a data map outlines how to transform the data. The data isn't transformed until you run the import. Run or schedule the import. After you configure the data source and determine the data mapping, you can run the import. You can schedule the import to run later. When the import runs, data is gathered from the source, moved to a staging table and transformed to the target table according to the specifications in your mapping. Okay, so let's move further and see Integration Hub Import Environment. Integration Hub import environment consists of following interfaces like landing page, source configuration, map to target, schedule import, execution details. Okay, the following section explain each interface in greater detail. So let's see further. So landing page. Landing page generally consists of list of integrations, or we can create a new integration using a create new integration button. Okay, so this is the first interface as soon as we click on Integration Hub import. So next is source configuration UI. So in source configuration user interface, we can see there is source type, file upload, configuration, source data structure. Okay, so source type we can select ad hoc using Excel file as a data source, and as well as we can select spokes. We can select a spoke using data stream action as a data source. Displays active data streams organized by scope, spoke and listed alphabetically. File upload section, we can upload the file. The section only appears when the data source is an Excel file. You can drag a file over or browse to upload accepts XLS and ZIP files. Configuration section, we can select which sheet number or header row we have to select. So we can select that, and we can load source data structure. Like if suppose we have uploaded any Excel sheet here, you can see all the columns which is displayed using the Excel which is loaded. So next is map to target table selection user interface. So we can select our target table here and add the mapping. So as you can see, they have selected the target table as travel request here as shown. Okay, so as soon as we click on this source table, and then we can see the columns which is listed as part of a data load, which is displayed on left side, and right side we can configure the mapping for the source and target table data. So this is very really interesting feature here. You can see the UI which is very good, and we can map in a single screen. Okay, so let's move further and see schedule imports section UI. So schedule import section UI, what it happens is like we can see there is schedule running once. So it is as soon as we run any import on our system, so schedule run once, schedule is generated as part of this importing data. So we can select that, and there is a schedule and import. You can create an import schedule for this data load, whether you want it to be executed in some time, or you want to execute instantly. So this is the execution section where you can find how our import has been executed. Okay, so execution details UI, you can see. So you can see the record how it is executed in ServiceNow, and you can see how much rows is imported and how much is pending, skipped, processed, or errors. We can see all the data in execution details UI. So now I will show you how we can use integration hub import in ServiceNow instance. As you can see, I have redirected to my personal developer instance of ServiceNow. So I will tell you how we can use integration hub. So let me type integration hub. So you can see under integration hub we have integration hub import, right? So let me click here and show you how our screen looks. So you can see our screen is loaded for integration hub import, and you can see there are no any integrations right now configured for integration hub. So here we can see we can find the list of integration hub which we have configured, and this is the create new integration. So I will show you how I can use this integration hub for importing the data using Excel. So let me click on create new integration, and let me type LearnIT user import with Excel. So I will copy this and add it in short description as well, and I will click on save and continue, and we can see there is a certain screen which is displayed here, and you can see we are getting a select a source type field here. Okay, so currently it is showing only ad hoc file. So it will be displaying spokes also. Suppose any spoke is installed in ServiceNow system, then spoke will also be displayed here for data stream action. Okay, so let me select on file and see Excel is coming by default, and we can see as soon as Excel is selected, we can drag and drop the file here, or we can browse to upload a spreadsheet. Okay, so let me try to upload a spreadsheet for user table, and you can see I have my Excel for user table. Currently there is only one user inside this Excel, and I will show you how you can import it in ServiceNow. So I have clicked on open. Now you can see our file is uploaded, and we can define which sheet number and which header row we have to do integration or we have to upload the data. Okay, and we can click on load source data structure. What it will do is, like, as soon as I will click on this, our columns are generated, which is defined in Excel sheet. You can see there are currently 3 columns defined in our Excel sheet: name, user ID, email. So this is the structure for our Excel which we have loaded. Okay, and here is the properties. We can check the properties, like what is the name or short description or which application scope this integration hub resides in. Okay, so now let's move further and see how we can map to the target table. Okay, so let's click on map to target, and you can see here we have nothing configured right now, or nothing is configured to the target table. Okay, so now I'll click on add a mapping. So let me click on add mapping. So here we have to define our target table. So let me select user sys underscore user as my target table, and run tables business rule when importing is checked. Okay, and run the import synchronously. I have marked it as unchecked, and I will save it, and you will see what is happening here. You can see our target table is selected here as an user. Now how we can do the mapping? We can click here, and we can see currently mapping is not configured. You can see this is our source table. Okay, and we can see sys user table or target table, which is started displaying here. So we can see this is very interesting feature, because on a single screen you can see the source table fields and as well as target table fields, so that you can map your fields very easily. So let me find where I can map our name field. So name field can be mapped to the name field. Okay, and user ID can be mapped to the user ID. Let me find and select where I can add the user ID. So I will add user ID here, and let me find where is email field. So we can map this email field here. Okay, and we can see what is the type of target table field. Okay, so we can define user ID as an coalesce by selecting match. So I will select coalesce on our email field. So this is a coalesce. Previously we used to do coalesce in transform map or import set, but here there is a column called match which works just as coalesce. Okay, so I will make a coalesce for email field. Okay, so I will save it, and we can see our mapping is already done. So let's move further and try to execute our import. So run import button is displayed here, or we can create a schedule import here, but I will show you what happens when run import is selected. So I have clicked on run import, and you can see information run import job is submitted successfully. Okay, so our execution is already done for this Excel load. So let me reload and see the execution list. We can see our execution list is generated, and you can see our data is loaded, and you can see as I have already mentioned, there is one row data. So you can see one data is present here and one is processed, and pending is 0, skipped is 0, error is 0. So now I will check the data which is loaded in our system. So let's move to user table and find out what user is loaded in ServiceNow system. As you can see, Prashant Kumar is loaded in user table. Okay, so this is the data load which is done as part of Excel. Okay, now let us move and see our data is processed for single user. Now let's move back and see our schedule run once job is created, and I have created a coalesce for email field. Okay, now I will run again same import and see whether this coalesce field is working or not. So let me reload it. You can see our execution is done again. Okay, one record is processed to update because there is already existing records. So let me click on all. You can see no any duplicate record is created because this email record is already created in the system. Okay, so I think you find it very interesting, right? So this is all about integration hub import in ServiceNow. I have shown you recently how we can use integration hub import in ServiceNow instance. Okay, so thanks for hearing me out. Please provide your comment if you have any questions, doubt or queries related to this session. Stay tuned for more videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel LearnIT.